Richard Starkey, better known to the world as Ringo Starr, was born on July 7, 1940, in the working-class district of Dingle, Liverpool. From the start, his life was shaped by contrasts. Music and dance were integral to his family heritage, yet his childhood was punctuated by hardship and health challenges. His parents, Richard Starkey Sr. and Elsie Gleave, had once enjoyed lively social gatherings filled with swing music and ballroom dancing. But their family life shifted with the arrival of Ringo. His mother became fiercely protective, while his father, known affectionately as Big Richie, drifted into the local pub culture, leaving Ringo with fragmented memories of his father and a sense of instability. By 1944, the marriage had collapsed, leaving a young boy to navigate a complex emotional landscape at a formative age. Adding to these early difficulties, Ringo faced serious medical challenges. A routine appendectomy at age 6 nearly claimed his life due to complications, and he spent an entire year in the hospital recovering from peritonitis. Isolated from friends and family, he struggled to keep pace academically and socially. Yet it was during this long hospital stay that he discovered a refuge in music. Illness and early musical discovery. Just as life appeared to stabilize, Ringo's health challenges returned in 1953 when he contracted tuberculosis, requiring 2 years of long-term care. During this time, he again turned to music for solace. Percussion became both an escape and a form of self-expression, a way to assert his presence despite the limitations imposed by illness. By the time he returned home, traditional schooling held little appeal, and he immersed himself fully in music, exploring rhythm on improvised instruments, biscuit tins, and everyday objects. Meanwhile, his mother remarried, bringing stability and a positive male influence into his life. His stepfather, Harry Graves, encouraged his love of music, exposed him to big band sounds, and taught lessons of kindness and consistency that contrasted with the harsh realities of Liverpool's streets. These early years of adversity, combined with nurturing guidance to cultivate a deep, emotional intelligence, a sense of humor, and an enduring resilience that would later become hallmarks of Ringo's personality, both on and off the stage. The spark of music in Liverpool. Liverpool during Ringo's adolescence was a vibrant yet challenging environment, with rough streets and a tight-knit working-class community. Yet, in the midst of these surroundings, music provided an outlet and a path forward. Ringo worked various jobs to help support himself and his family, including positions on the railway and in local restaurants, but he never lost sight of his growing passion for rhythm. The emergence of skiffle music in the 1950s became a turning point, offering young musicians like Ringo a platform for experimentation and collaboration. This genre, defined by its improvisational style and accessible instrumentation, allowed him to develop both technical skill and performance confidence, while also fostering connections that would later prove critical to his future career. Each illness, setback, and challenge seemed to build a quiet resilience, preparing him for the stage and life beyond Liverpool. Music became not only a creative pursuit, but also a personal anchor, shaping his identity and aspirations. Early career and first bands. During lunch breaks at a local manufacturing plant, Ringo and his friend Roy Trafford would sneak into small clubs to play music, experimenting with rhythm on whatever instruments they could find. Their early band, eventually named Eddie Clayton and the Clayton Squares, performed skiffle tunes like Rock Island Line and Walking Cane, with Ringo inventively using a thimble on the washboard to keep the beat. These humble beginnings showcased his ingenuity and early dedication to music, while his love for dance complemented his performances, creating a lively and engaging stage presence. The real turning point came in 1957 when Ringo's stepfather gifted him his first drum kit, a secondhand set complete with a snare, bass drum, and a cymbal fashioned from a rubbish bin lid. This kit became the foundation for Ringo's lifelong devotion to drumming, helping him refine his technique and deepen his connection to music. As the skiffle craze gradually waned, Ringo transitioned to rock and roll, joining Al Caldwell's Texans in 1959 before moving on to Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. Around this time, he adopted the stage name Ringo Starr, inspired by his affinity for rings and the desire for a memorable persona, marking a new chapter in his musical identity. Hamburg and early connections with the Beatles, Rory Storm, and the Hurricanes eventually gained regional fame, performing at venues like Butlin's Holiday Camp in Wales and touring U.S. Air Force bases in France. Though Ringo balanced music with a machinist apprenticeship, he chose to pursue music full-time, a decision that would shape his life. The band's journey eventually led to Hamburg, Germany, where they played at the Kaiserkeller Club. The Beatles, still unknown outside Liverpool, often opened for Rory Storm and the Hurricanes. And it was during this period that Ringo first met John Lennon, Paul McCartney, and George Harrison. On October 15, 1960, he even performed on drums alongside the Beatles for a recording of Summertime with Rory Storm's singer, Lou Walters. These interactions built the foundations of mutual respect and musical camaraderie, foreshadowing the moment when Ringo would join the Beatles and become an integral part of music history. Joining the Beatles in January 1962, Ringo made the life-changing decision to leave Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, and 2 days later was invited by John Lennon to join the Beatles. Manager Brian Epstein informed drummer Pete Best that he would be replaced, and Ringo's first performance with the band took place on August 18, 1962, at a dance in Port Sunlight. The transition sparked some fan protests, yet the chemistry between the four members was immediate and undeniable. His first studio session, on September 4, 1962, with producer George Martin, was marked by initial caution. Martin even used session drummer Andy White for Love Me Do, relegating Ringo to tambourine duties. Though he initially feared being sidelined, Martin later reassured him, and Ringo quickly proved himself an indispensable part of the band. His humor, approachable nature, and rhythmic style, which emphasized musicality over flashy technique, soon endeared him to fans worldwide, establishing him as both a foundational musician and a beloved personality within the Beatles. Beatlemania and global stardom. By 1963, the Beatles had ignited a cultural phenomenon across Britain, and Ringo's charm and personality were central to the group's appeal. Hits like Please Please Me and She Loves You propelled the Fab Four into international fame, and televised performances introduced them to millions of viewers. Ringo's playful stage presence, wit, and signature star time moments became audience favorites, adding warmth and relatability to the band's collective image. Crossing the Atlantic in 1964, he captivated American audiences on The Ed Sullivan Show, performing for an estimated 73 million viewers. Beyond his drumming, Ringo became a symbol of stability and joy within the band, balancing the creative intensity of Lennon, McCartney, and Harrison with humor, patience, and generosity of spirit. Personal and professional challenges. Despite his success, Ringo faced both personal and professional pressures. Health issues occasionally forced him to miss concerts, and the relentless pace of touring demanded resilience and endurance. Internally, the dynamics of the Beatles could be tense, particularly during complex recording sessions for albums such as Revolver and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. By the late 1960s, he sometimes felt overshadowed by Lennon and McCartney's dominant songwriting presence, and tensions during the White Album sessions even prompted him to temporarily leave the group. His return, encouraged by George Harrison and mutual respect, underscored Ringo's value not only as a musician, but also as a steadying force and emotional anchor within the band. Life beyond the Beatles. Following the Beatles' final recording session at Abbey Road Studios on August 20, 1969, and the official breakup in April 1970, Ringo transitioned smoothly into a solo career. Songs like It Don't Come Easy, Photograph, and You're 16 showcased his songwriting and vocal abilities, demonstrating that he could thrive independently. His self-titled 1973 album, featuring contributions from former Beatles, further confirmed his talent and adaptability. Ringo also explored television, starring in Shining Time Station and narrating Thomas and Friends, projects that reflected his warmth and appeal to younger audiences. In 1989, he founded Ringo Starr and his all-star band, creating collaborative shows that celebrated both his solo work and the legacy of his Beatles years. These endeavors cemented Ringo's reputation as a versatile performer, capable of bridging generations and connecting with audiences through both rhythm and personality. Personal life and family. Ringo's personal life, like his professional career, reflects both joy and careful navigation of challenges. He married Maureen Cox in 1965, and together they had 3 children, moving into John Lennon's former estate, Tittenhurst Park. After their divorce in 1975 and Maureen's passing in 1994, he met Barbara Bach on the set of Caveman, marrying her in 1981. The couple cultivated a life that balanced public engagement with private tranquility, splitting time between homes in Los Angeles, Monte Carlo, and London. Ringo remained deeply connected to his children and grandchildren, often sharing the stage with them during performances. Despite wealth and global fame, he maintained grounded habits, including meditation, a vegetarian diet, and prioritizing peace and love in daily life, embodying a philosophy of harmony and presence that has resonated with fans across decades. Reflections on the Beatles' breakup. Ringo has spoken candidly about the Beatles' breakup, describing it as a natural outcome of years of creative collaboration and evolving personal relationships. He recalls the late 1960s as a period of increasing tension, with differences in artistic vision, life priorities, and personal dynamics challenging the group's cohesion. Ringo acknowledges that external influences, such as John Lennon's relationship with Yoko Ono, affected the group's balance, though he emphasizes that each member faced pressures and personal struggles unique to their circumstances. Despite these challenges, Ringo approached the transition with resilience, channeling his energy into solo projects and continuing to develop his musical identity, illustrating his ability to transform personal and professional upheaval into creative opportunity. Continued influence and cultural impact. Ringo Starr's life is a testament to endurance, talent, and human warmth. From his formative years in Liverpool to global stardom with the Beatles, from solo achievements to his ongoing performances with the All-Star Band, he has demonstrated remarkable adaptability and charisma. Honors such as knighthood, international recognition, and industry accolades underscore his cultural impact. Yet Ringo's humility, humor, and dedication to collaboration remain central to his legacy. Even at 84, he continues to tour, share insights, and connect with audiences, embodying a philosophy of joy, gratitude, and creative engagement that transcends generations. His story offers not only a chronicle of one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century, but also a portrait of a man whose integrity, resilience, and humanity continue to inspire. Closing reflections. Looking back, Ringo Starr's journey is defined by perseverance, passion, and a consistent embrace of life's rhythms, both literal and metaphorical. From a fragile child discovering music in a hospital ward to the heartbeat of the Beatles, he has navigated health struggles, fame, personal relationships, and artistic challenges with humor, warmth, and humility. His reflections on the Beatles, on collaboration, and on the importance of family and personal growth illustrate a life lived fully and thoughtfully. Ringo's enduring presence, both on stage and in public discourse, demonstrates that true legacy is built not only on talent, but on character, empathy, and the ability to connect with others in meaningful ways. His story, spanning over 8 decades, serves as a reminder that the most compelling rhythms in life are those of resilience, kindness, and joy. A beat that continues to resonate with the world.